Okay, so are there any newcomers for the today's sessions? If there are anybody, just please raise your hand.
Two newcomers.
Okay, okay. So then are they frequent meditators or? Okay, let me give you a little bit introduction. And also in the WhatsApp group, we were discussing about uh, certain experiences. Therefore, I will add certain points to my introduction. So, senior meditators, of course, they can just move on with meditation while this explanation is even going on. So, others can listen. So, usually, what's happening is mindfulness means coming to the present moment awareness. There we are starting with nothing actually. We are not going to do anything in this mindfulness meditation. Practicing mindfulness in this sitting session, especially in this sitting session, we are stopping everything what we do and just merely paying attention to what is happening within us, inside us. Uh, so therefore, those who are experienced in meditation, in the practice, so they can at the beginning, from the start even, they can let things happen. So the as long as you are aware about the outside things, this voice will be coming to you, and the hearing will be happening. And so at the same time, simultaneously, let yourself settle down. Let yourself move into the deep, relaxed state. So it's so after discussing with your experiences, the purpose of this practice is not only to go deep into deep relaxation. Why we are always talking about deep relaxation is when the mind is in the tranquil state, calm and quiet, serene state. So we are starting to see the reality. So that's why this initially this the clarity of the mind is very much needed, which means the relaxation and the inner tranquility and inner serenity. So like the when the pond is agitated, like you should be knowing about the mind jar. When the mind jar is shaken and when we are looking at it, what we can see is that it is the particles inside that is so much agitated. So in the same way, if a pond is agitated, we cannot see through. We cannot because it's not clear. So in the same way, when the mind is full with thoughts, with the thinking mind, so we cannot see things clearly. So that's why we are letting awareness or the mindfulness to come to the surface, to come to uh, the, the uh, so mindfulness has to come to the upper layer, so the to the surface. Or we what we say is mindfulness has to be developed to see the exact mechanism of what's happening in this human nature, in this human being. So the usual nature of the mind is, or the thinking mind is created based on the past and future data, or the past and future incidents, or or otherwise it will be moving carried away to other places, or to think about other people, about the situations which happened or which is going to happen. So therefore, in this moment, we are using this special moment, this special occasion, not to think about anything. So just let things go away, just to detach from everything, from the whole world, right? Just let yourself. It's like you are going into sleep. You know exactly what is happening when you are going into sleep. You are detaching from the whole world, but you become there. You become unconscious. So, but here in meditation, mindfulness meditation means that you become conscious, that you are letting your conscious to be awakened. So, the meaning of the Buddha word, Buddha means the fully awakened nature, we can say fully awakened one. So, which means in the same way, we are letting ourselves, our consciousness, to be awakened, to come to the higher states. So when the thinking mind is working, what's happening is what is in on the surface is the thinking mind. So therefore, we are just stopping giving value to the thoughts or the thinking mind. So then what's happening is the awareness is slowly developing, growing, or it will be coming to the surface. So there we are understanding, starting to see the reality as it is. In this field of awareness, usually the emotions, like okay, the thoughts cannot exist. When the thought is there, when the thinking mind is there, what is happening is the consciousness, the availability of the consciousness is very less. So when the full consciousness is there, what's happening is even thoughts are stopping. Thoughts cannot come in the presence of this full awareness, full consciousness. So these things you will be observed while you are practicing this sitting meditation, as well as in other activities or other day-to-day routine work, while walking, while working, while eating, while brushing your teeth, while bathing, while driving, whatever the work you do. But here we are using this as a model for us to practice, and in a serene mind, with a calm and quiet mind, we are trying to see the exact mechanism and the scenario, what is happening uh, here and now in this the human machine, in this human being, in this human nature. So just to tell you, because we had discussed in the group, so this human being, or these plants, or these the gadgets, or these whatever the buildings, materialistic things, everything is made out of. This whole universe is made out of, as I was explaining, with these six elements. The six elements, what are these six elements? The air element, wind element, earth element, fire element, consciousness element, and space element. So which means, if we can summarize into further things, which means we are made out of, these whole things are made out of atoms and molecules. Atoms and molecules, or energy. So, but due to not understanding this truth, what's happening is we are taking the behavior or the play of these elements as I, me, mine. Because there is a special ability that this human machine, human nature, can think, right? Special thing. That is a special ability which belongs to the nature. That is how we, at the, at the beginning, we can think in that way. This special machine has the ability of thinking which belongs to nature. For the moment, we'll just think in that way, right? So, because of this thinking, what has happened is we are trying to tell the ownership for the phenomena, whatever the natural process happening here, as I, me, mine. So that's why when we become mindful towards the mechanism here, we are starting to see exactly what is happening as Lord Buddha has preached, this impermanent nature, the suffering nature, and the non-self nature, three main universal mechanisms, characteristics. We are going to see through our own experience. Then the realization happening to the inner nature. So just we it's very difficult to explain these things with the words, and I'm trying to carefully use the words uh, while giving you the realization and understanding. And also we have to explain things, so therefore if there are any misunderstandings sometimes with the words, so you can ask questions always at the end of the session or in the group. So therefore when we are looking at ourselves, by being in the present moment, we start to see that how things are changing. So everything is thoughts. If we simply say everything is thoughts, even when you know how this human being is gathering information through eyes, through ears, through nose, through mouth, through the body, and main activation point is the mind. So mind is doing the recognition part. So but when the all information is gathered, they are being converted into the form of thoughts. That is what we call the thinking mind. So what is the nature here? Always thoughts are arising and passing away. That is the main teaching of the Buddha, cause and effect theory, or the dependent origination. So these thoughts are arising due to certain causes and conditions. So which will be slowly discussing these theoretical parts for you to understand while you are in the practice. So when the thoughts are arising and passing away, and also these thoughts are arising based on the materialistic things, based on the matter. So, with the collaboration of these six elements. So, mainly these things are in the space. These all matter, or the atoms and molecules. Then again, it is being named in a different way as the other five elements are in the space. So, when these things are together, so thoughts are arising, and when they are not together, separated, detached, thoughts are vanishing away back into the space. That's why I'm asking y'all, just when you are with open eyes, just pay attention to the empty space in front of your eyes. And also, sometimes when you are with closed eyes, pay attention to your surroundings. Pay attention to your surroundings. So which means when we are coming to the mindfulness means coming to the present moment awareness, which means you are coming to the bodily most present here and now bodily experiences. So if you are with open eyes, you will be the seeing will be happening. And if you are with closed eyes, seeing is not happening, and ears are anyway open, so hearing will be happening. If you are present, you will be hearing what is the sounds which are happening right here and now, right in your surroundings. And if the The bodily sensations will be felt, either coldness, either warmness, and the hardness or the softness. These are the original qualities of the elements. Water element, then you will be feeling sometimes it's like sweating, perspiring, and the heat you will be feeling. One side of the it is the warmness, the opposite side is the coldness. So these are original characteristics. So these characteristics does not belong to anybody. These are the natural way how things are happening in the nature. So if I ask you, who's doing the raining process? Who's making the sun rise in the morning? Who's doing the sunset in the evening? Who's doing thundering? Who's growing the plants? Okay, in the jungle, I would say. In the jungle, who's growing the plants? Are there anybody who's making fruits in the trees? They are coming naturally. Those things belong to the nature. Also, let me tell you. So we will say, I am eating. I am eating, okay, that we will take some food and put them into the mouth and say, I am eating. But when it is gone inside the body, are we telling that I am digesting? Then that part belongs to who? So that is a natural process. So therefore, we need to understand this whole process as a natural process. So that is the purpose of being mindful. Once we become mindful, we are starting to understand the whole process of this human being is a natural process or set of natural processes, which is happening moment by moment. So that is why the purpose, then once we understood this, once it has come to our realization, what is happening ultimately is detachment. We understand there is nothing where we can have fights, where we can have harsh arguments. We can exchange ideas in order to understand things, in order to make happy living, better living, peaceful living. But other than that, we understand in the deeper levels that there is no point of having arguments, having fights, or getting angry, having greediness, so all negative emotions. As long as we live, what we have to do is to stay in joy and in peace. So that's why we are practicing and we are paying attention to the here and now present moment, what is happening inside this machine, this human being, this what we call as I, me, mine. So that is a brief introduction. So don't worry, even it is not clear for you at the moment. So our main way of telling is slowly, mindfully, silently. We will be learning. We will make us aware about the real truth and the mechanism of who we are. So therefore, don't worry if things are not understood. Always feel free to ask questions. So now let's take the opportunity to go into the peaceful state and to be a more meditative state and mindful state while we are sitting. So you can adjust your posture, those who are not already in the meditative state. So you can adjust your posture and keep your back straight and let yourself calm and quiet and peaceful, and let yourself slowly close your eyes. And you can remind yourself that you are here and now. I am here and now. And pay attention to the from the top of the head until the feet, how you are sitting, the sitting posture. And if it is not balanced, and if the back is not straight, make it straight and let the posture to be balanced, adjusting how you are sitting. At the beginning, we will be take 3 long deep breaths purposefully. You can take a long deep inhale and hold it for few moments. Feel the tightness in the heart area, and then slowly let it go away. And then feel the relaxed nature. And again, take a long deep breath. Hold it for some moments and feel the tight nature, hard nature. And then slowly let it release. Feel the relaxation. Again, you can take a long deep breath and then slowly let it go away. Now, after this, we are not going to do anything forcefully, purposefully. Just let things happen naturally and observe what is happening naturally and how things are rising and passing away. And try to be aware, try to be mindful, and let the awareness to be developed. We are not going to intervene with anything, any process. But sometimes, if unbearable pains are coming, you may feel like changing your posture. It's okay. You can go ahead and change your posture or adjust your posture mindfully if it is needed to be done. But other than that, try to be relaxed and observe how things are happening naturally. Even this voice is coming to you very naturally, which means you are not hardly an effort, with much more effort, you are not like listening, but effortlessly listening. Things are coming to your ears, and what is being said is also understood naturally. You are not putting much effort, and let yourself settle down into a peaceful state. relaxed state, and the bodily sensations can be felt, how you are sitting. Even you don't want to name it as sitting or standing or whatever. You only can feel the sensations. If it is cold, coldness can be experienced. If it is warm, warmness can be experienced. Sometimes, if the attention is there for the touch of the clothes, that can be noticed as well. But here, slowly, slowly, from all those present experiences of hearing, of feeling sensations, bodily sensations, you can slowly, slowly let yourself come to the breathing process, which is also very natural. Now we are not doing any forceful breathing. See how nicely the natural breathing is happening. When you are settling down effortlessly, the breathing will be slowly, slowly, finer and finer, subtler and subtler. When the breathing is becoming very subtle, if it has become very subtle, even try to pay more attention, try to be more mindful, like sharpen your mindfulness on subtle breathing. There you can make a little effort to pay more attention. Here we are not going to think of anything. So thinking has to be stopped. We don't want to think of anything in this moment. But thoughts can come. Just recognize them if the thoughts are coming and let them pass away like passing clouds. So we are not going to attach to anything. We are not going to hold on to anything. Just let yourself relax and lighter, and let go of anything. Don't force yourself for anything. Let things happen naturally. You have become your best friend. Now you are your best friend. You have given most precious time for yourself. No need to judge or think about anything. Just relax and be mindful.
Bikini, your mic is mute.
You can pay attention to this voice and you can notice how this voice is coming naturally to your ears and now how the hearing is happening. Just notice whether you want to call it as I am hearing or I am listening. It's naturally happening. Hearing is happening. Hearing process is happening. Hearing mechanism is happening. How this hearing is happening? Because the knowing nature, which means the consciousness and the sound and the hearing capacity is there. So because of these conditions, causes and conditions, hearing is happening. And mind has the capacity of recognizing the recognition is happening. So this is how the process is happening. So now because you are very mindful, you can see whether we want to claim it as, name it as I, me, mine, I am hearing or I am listening. No, just the hearing is happening. Breathing is happening. Natural process. Mind has the capacity to get to know that breathing is happening. So that capacity, that ability, we don't want to claim as I, me, mine, but knowingly we can, for the communication purposes, we are using I can breathe, I am breathing. So the thoughts are being produced upon the original experience. So bodily sensations are being felt. So knowing that bodily sensations, about the bodily sensations, that awareness is there, knowing nature is there. So clearly notice in this moment that we don't want to name it as I feel warmness or I feel coldness. But we can mindfully, consciously name it. So that's why we are going to the top of a mountain. We come to the awareness. Awareness means that we get the capacity, we get the ability to know what is happening in this human nature or the human being or the human machine. So silence is, you can very nicely experience the silence. Sometimes the bodily pains can be there. When the bodily pains are there, it's not easy. So mind gets agitated very fast. But when we try to stay longer with the pains and start to see the changing nature of the pain, we are going to accept the pain rather than fighting with it. That is the most difficult parts. So, but if we can be non-agitated with the pain, there also we will be starting to see how the mind is creating thoughts upon the original bodily sensations of pain on top of this pain. So sometimes mind is very calm and quiet, and sometimes you can't feel the breathing, but the awareness is there. When the phenomena is happening, awareness is there. Breathing phenomena is happening, awareness is there. When the breathing is very fine, or sometimes you cannot feel it, again the awareness is there. So whatever is happening inside this human nature, and also how it is jumping from hearing to feeling sensations and breathing and thinking. So you can nicely notice, clearly notice how these things are changing even in the present moment. In the present moment, among the present moment experiences, how the changing is happening. Hearing, thinking, bodily sensations are being felt, again, thinking sometimes, hearing to bodily sensations, sometimes breathing, feeling breathing, and sometimes to bodily pains, but still in the present moment experience. But during this time, sometimes mind can wander. Mind can go to some other places, some other people, the past experiences, future experiences. So in this mindful time, during this mindful session, you become fully aware about the behavioral patterns, the patterns of the mind. And when the mind is stopping, when the thinking is no more even for few seconds, sometimes it may be more than that. So now I am requesting you all to slowly open your eyes. In the moment of your opening your eyes, please be mindful and notice what is happening inside you, whether there are thoughts or empty. And when the eyes are opened, if any thoughts are being produced, if the mind is creating anything or still empty, still the awareness is there. We call that unchanging awareness. Even when the eyes are open, the awareness is there. Only eyes are open. Awareness is not changing. In the field of awareness, the actions can be changed, but the awareness is on the top, like in the mountain, top of the mountain. So that's why when we are tapped into this field of awareness or the mindfulness or the consciousness or the knowing nature, we get the ability to make clear decisions, to find out what is right, what is wrong, what is best for me as well as others, what is more beneficial for myself as well as others, what brings happiness and peace for myself as well as others. That's why we have to come to this field of awareness. That is the purpose of this mindfulness practice. And also, we are understanding slowly, how things are changing. Now, if you have any pains in your legs, you can change your posture mindfully. So you have the capacity. That's why We say, you are the master of your mind. I am the master of my mind. So that's how we are naming it. So, but there is nothing to call as my mind or I, but we are still knowingly using these terms for the communication purposes. That's why we are understanding the mechanism of this gadget, human gadget. And we know how to use it and how to handle it. So that is coming out of this unchanging awareness that when we are tapped into, when we are merged with this unchanging awareness. So maybe you can understand what I say. If you still don't, it's okay. Slowly, slowly, as I said, uh, let's try to find out. Uh, so, are you all aware about the difference between the thinking mind and the awareness or the mindfulness? I'm using various words for this field of awareness. We call it quantum field, consciousness, vijnana, what we call we call it sometimes the pure consciousness. When the consciousness is manifested, it is eye consciousness sometimes, ear consciousness, nose and the mouth. So this consciousness is converting into through these five senses, six senses. This consciousness is converting. So when it is not converted, that's why sometimes it's being called pure consciousness or the non-manifested consciousness, or it is being called in terms the anidassana vijnana. So when we go into the meditative mindful state, so we become able to find the state. So it's just the consciousness. The hearing is there, the sounds are there. Now you are with open eyes. The pictures are there in front of you. The sounds are there in the background, this including this voice. And bodily sensations are there. But see that you are aware about all the things. Now the priority will be given to the hearing consciousness or the hearing. But when we are silent, uh, thoughts will be coming to the surface sometimes. So even when we don't give value to the surface, the number of thoughts which are coming will be becoming lesser and lesser. So then the naked consciousness or the pure consciousness will be there. It's just the consciousness. But we are not attached to anything. We are not bonded with anything. So these are the things, these are the observations which will be coming to us during the silent when we move into the silent state, in a silent state. So because we are mostly the habitual formation is mostly to deal with the thoughts. Thought production is the main manufacturing part. So we haven't tapped into this silent inner silence where there are no thoughts or less thoughts or detached from the thoughts. Like you can understand this uh, when you look at the sky, blue sky is there. Actually, is there a blue sky? There is this infinite space, right? But twice something is visible. So therefore, the mind, all minds named it as the sky and that color as blue. So that space is there, but when the clouds are there, is there a connection between the space and the clouds? They are just clouds are just floating. In the same way, let just the thoughts come and go. But there are times, there are the we can say that the space is there, the gaps are there, the pauses are there, where there are no thoughts. So these are the special when you start to understand these uh, the spacious nature, because we are mostly identified, or we are mostly aware of what we are used to is to the thought creation. The thoughts are uh, the what do you call how to call it? Thoughts are creating the film. Thoughts are creating the drama, because we are not aware about them as thoughts, and we are not stopped and practiced enough to catch them as thoughts. Rather, what is the habitual formation the film is creating when the thoughts are coming very fast? Even we have no time to see the gaps, rising and passing nature, impermanent nature. We don't see these things. No, let's say that you and I, we see now, because we practice, we are into these spiritual practices, or this knowing the exact nature, the truth of who we are. But think about other people, those who they don't know anything about these things, the human mechanism, mind body mechanism. So they don't know thoughts as thoughts. They are always get stuck in the thoughts, in the film which is created due to thoughts, due to the fast moving nature of the thoughts. So now I'm like these explanations are also needed for some, I think those who are well aware about these things, they may not need, but considering the beginner's mind, I am giving these explanations. Uh, so if you don't understand, please question me. Uh, and from now onwards, I will give the time for questioning, for question and answer session. Please share your experience. Uh, if what I explain is not clear, please uh, tell me. I'm trying to, because this is not easy. Not only these mindfulness practices, there are particular theories that we have to understand about the mechanism. What you call the theoretical understanding of the mechanism, and logical understanding, and the experiential knowledge. So through your experience, then you are understanding exactly what that is. So slowly, I am bringing these theoretical parts during the sessions, and in future, I will try to make some full mm, explanations in few videos or few recordings. So there you can get the clear picture. But now, depending on the session's time, I am slowly. We don't want to hurry up as well. Slowly, I will be bringing the points which are most essential. So Lord Buddha has preached about 84,000 suttas, but in all 84,000, Lord Buddha has talked about this essence, the summary. So I always, in my focus, I did it a lot of investigation, and I found out exactly what is needed for to understand the real message about which was preached by Lord Buddha. So that I will be sharing with you all slowly. So please ask your questions, share your experiences.
Ayya, hello.
Yes.
Um, in terms of the 6 elements, I'm just wondering whether my observations are correct in relation to air and space. Air is within space itself. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah, that you asked the question, yeah, difference between air and the space. Now you can see the inside the room, the space is there. So we we as scientifically it's explained, it's been explained that they have recognized this oxygen, nitrogen, and these things, and when we breathe, that is the air is moving through the nostrils, which means the with the oxygen, the space is there in the nostrils also inside the mouth. So inside this space, there are these the tiny particles of oxygen which we cannot see through these naked eyes. So simply we can say what which is we are surrounded by the space, right? So, and inside the body, if we take this, when we open that inside the mouth, it's space. Inside the nostrils, it's space. And between the surrounding us is the space. And earth is in the space. The simply, we can take, don't think very in difficult ways. So, air means what we call this moving nature, we can say, right? Moving nature of that what we can feel wind, uh, right? As the air, or sometimes we say in the air, these oxygen, nitrogen, the subtle form of the matter is there. So even in this space, the subtle form of the matter is there. So when we take this hand, that is the in this that we can feel the hardness and we can feel the softness, right? So inside this particle, so there is earth element, water element, heat element, air element, and space element also inside. Because let's take a particle of this flesh and put into the microscope. You can see these all the things. Even when it we know some of you all. Well, usually we all know if we have done science to our normal in primary level. This when we look at a structure of an atom, electrons, protons, neutrons are there, and space is there even in this tiny particle. So microscopic view, it has been explained by the scientist. So that is the simple understanding we can get to know. But when it comes to our experience, so if we take the heat element, in the heat element now we can feel it, the warmness. And the other side, opposite side of the heat element is the coldness. So these are the original feelings. So in this heat element, when we feel heat, how these things are being felt. That's why which I want to explain the causes and conditions. When this how this heat element is being felt, the consciousness is there, that heat is there, that there is this bodily structure where the heat can be recognized. When these three components are together, the heat, knowing nature about heat is arising, right? So when it is
What are
not
the
there,
3 components, please?
yeah, three components, like let's say that how we feel the heat. So let's say if we are in sleep, if we are in deep sleep, even it is, let's say that aircon is on, right? Let's take the other side of the heat. So just to make you understand easily. So you have put the aircon in the night, When you are in the sleeping state, can you feel the coldness? When you are in the deep sleep? No. Why?
Consciousness is asleep.
Yeah. Your consciousness is not there, which means these causes are not together, that's separated, right? So, which means the consciousness has to come to the body and the wholeness has to be there, which means the mind, let's simply say mind has to come to the body, be connected, because usually in the sleep, we know mind is sort of disconnected in the off mode. So when it is come to the body, what we start to experience is the coldness, right? So body is there, heat is there, the mind is there, or the coldness is there, heat or the coldness. So then when these three factors are together, the knowing nature is appearing. This does not belong to anybody. But what is happening? Mind is coming next and naming, I feel cold. Then what is that? Then conscious, and here what we call the bodily consciousness. And then when it is being naming, it is converting into the mind consciousness. Then let's say you are hearing a sound. Then what's happening is this consciousness is converting to the hearing consciousness. So that's why I said there is a ability, capacity of getting to know this nature. That is a part of the consciousness, or we can say the consciousness element. This is this might be this is difficult. So don't be hurry up. Let me explain slowly. Don't be hurry up. Even Sister Fu was time to time asking about this. So be patient. So because it is so nice. I mean, I am trying to get some time and to make some recording for you all, nicely and slowly explaining this thing. There are small things. Not, I mean, we don't want to get to know all 84,000 things, suttas and everything. But there are particular suttas which we have to go through to understand the mechanism. Let me again explain that with hearing. In the night, when a sound is there, can you hear in the sleep? No. Why? Mind is on the off mode, right? Which means hearing is happening to the the ear, or with some other different mechanism. Because ear is there, right? In the night, ear is there. But when the mind is not there, we can't hear. So which means this ear has to be there, mind has to be there, sound has to be there. When these things are together, only hearing process is happening. So to prove that to you in the sleep, because mind is not working, one factor is not there. So then hearing is not happening. Let's say that I am asked, you are putting some plugs, ear plugs. Then can you hear what I say? You can't hear again. Then what is not working?
Hearing.
Ear is not working, but the mind is there. Mind and the sound is there, ear is not there. So again, hearing cannot happen. So which means these three factors has to come together. That's why causes and conditions. When these three factors are not together, hearing is not happening. So these are the things slowly we have to understand. So there we will be understanding this cause and effect theory. Due to causes and conditions, how phenomena is happening, and there is no self. The process is happening, mechanism is going on, but no self involved. The self, how the self, the egoic thinking is happening, mind is coming and creating thoughts. Mind is coming and creating thoughts. I am hearing. Because hearing experience is there. That's why during your mindfulness meditation practice, while you are sitting, you can see sometimes sounds are coming, but we don't want to claim it as I am hearing, I am listening. Sometimes you don't care at all about the sounds. Even sometimes if you go to deep meditation, deep serenity, calm and quiet state, you don't care about what I say even. Some of you all should have experienced that, but others will be also experiencing. Even that's why you have to keep on practicing. You don't care about the sound is there, ear is there, but no connection is happening. See, detachment. This is what we are practicing. How to detach, how to not respond. When it is needed, we get that. That is what we call you are the master of your mind. I am the master of my mind, not the slave of my mind. When I get to know the mechanism, how things are happening here, I know whether to respond or not to respond. When it is needed, I switch it on. When it is, if it is not needed, like let's say somebody is blaming you, that is the greatest practice. So you know how to switch off your ear, mind, right? Your mind. So this is the practice we are, because you know impermanent nature, non-self nature, the causes and cause and effect theory, dependent origination. Once we are thoroughly aware, oh, that inner nature is realized. Now the inner nature is not yet realized. That's why still the reactions are happening. Reactions are happening due to the past habits, past habitual formations. The habitual formation is coming and reaction is happening. Not responding, reaction is happening and agitation is happening. So more we become to come to the awareness field, the field of awareness, quantum field or the consciousness field, we 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 uh, we get the skill to just be an observer, or the observing nature, rather using the observer, observing nature. How to just observe, how to wait and see. And there you see, okay, you are coming. That is why I say come to the space, which means now I'm asking that when what is in front of your eyes. So space is there, nobody's talking about the space, nobody's paying attention to the space, because we are so used to be in touch with intact with the materialistic things, the matter, the gross matter. The space, it is the subtle matter is also there. So the gross matter, the people and the things. So thoughts are being produced upon these people and the things. You just look at the empty space in front of you now in the room. Can you produce thoughts? The thoughts are coming in the present moment, right? I was asking this question from yesterday's. This now I need a program for nuns, the young nuns, small nuns. So they said, yeah, the thoughts are coming. I said, no, you have to be present. Then they are thinking about something else. Mind is jumping to some other fantasies. So it's not when the fantasies are also not there. When the mind has jumped not to other places and other things and other people, or the past or the future, you are utterly present, right? You are present. Just look at the space. See what's coming to you. Can you think of anything? If the thoughts are coming, something, oh, Ayya is there. Then what is this matter? There's a flower, some flowers are there, or the screen is there, or the fan is there, or this sister who is there, right? So matter. Is it not sister who? This is matter. So
Yeah, it's also, I think, I don't know whether this is to do with the view or right view, but in the observations, the I, there's a very solid ego. which I just watch. But do you have any advice in terms
Yeah,
of
what
how
do you,
to
yeah,
dissolve?
yeah, you have to clarify your question. Solid ego. So just again, like explain your question.
The mind actually sees the processes in place, but the mind also observes that there is an I, an ego.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yes.
yes, as an I, yeah.
Which means, yeah, you can notice that feeling of I. Yeah. When this, okay, that is a very, very good observation. When the feeling of I, try to observe the moment it comes. So what is that again? It's just a thought. How it is coming based on your bodily experience, how this I is coming. How this I is coming. That is what your exploration has to be. How this I is coming. Right? So then you can find out based on some original experience, the mind is creating thoughts. I got angry. So like, okay, somebody is blaming you. The hearing happened. Then hearing was judged as bad thing. The inner hormones work. The naturally these things are happening. The hormonic reactions are happening, and some sort of the feeling sensations changed. And we have named that particular feeling sensation as anger. So then when it is coming, the mind is coming and naming, I am angry. The anger is there within me. That recognition is a very good observation. But usually, when the ego is being developing, that we are starting to understand, okay, this is the egoic mind. But now, after this becoming conscious or becoming aware about this process, we still use I, me, mind. But now with the awareness. Sometimes, let's say we are eating something and we feel happy. That happy hormones are being produced. Let's say that we eat something very delicious for whatever the things you like. That is, those are habits, right? So then, very good. The hormones are being produced. So happy sensation is coming. Then you say, "Oh, I'm happy." Yeah. So now we are aware. But when they don't create problems for myself as well as others. That's what we call the happiness, real happiness. So understanding the true mechanism of who we are, the what we that is what nibbana is, the bliss, the four noble truth, the suffering nature, the reason for the suffering. Now we know the reason for suffering, taking things as I me mind when things are changing, which we cannot take as I me mind, we are taking ignorantly as I me mind. Now we know the mechanism. Then as a result of that, nibbana is there, liberation is there. The blissful nature is there, peaceful nature is there. The peace and happiness is there, no stress. There's no thing, no reason to get make ourselves boiled, make ourselves put in to agitated state. So this is the thing that while we are living, we can experience Nibbana, the liberation, the bliss, the happiness, the peace, not the stress. It will be coming. Even it's coming now, we know that is due to the habitual formation, it's coming, and we are not going to claim it as I, me, mine. That is the advantages we are getting throughout while we are practicing. Sometimes we have to use strong voice. Sometimes people are coming and blaming. So we cannot control the external world. No, the other family members we cannot change. So they will come and hit us. They will come and criticize us. They will come and blame us. The other thing is the bodily problems. The sicknesses are coming. Old age is coming. So we are accepting the truth. The mind is ready now, after knowing the truth, ready to accept the truth. Earlier, mind doesn't know about these things. It only knows about, how to fight and how to be greedy of have the desires and do not know any changing natures, non-self natures. Now, that mind, we are making the mind aware about the things. So then, so that's why discussions, as I said, these discussions, the association of Kalyana Mittas and the practice. Practice is needed. So yesterday, one boy talked to me. He was talking to me. He's from UK. He had a very nice experience, and he has gone to, when he was in Sri Lanka, he has gone to a deep relaxation where there was no self, totally dissolved. And after going back to UK, he was in contact with me, again disconnected. Now again, he's experiencing such a chaotic, stressful life. So again coming back, because he remembered the experience where there was no self. And now he nicely experienced the stressful life. So he sees the difference between where there is zero stress, no stress at all, and where there is the huge stress. So that's why I said at the beginning even, that's why we let ourselves, that is what we have not consciously experienced, the deep, relaxed, no self state. Ego, where the ego has died. The death of the ego, the death of the I, me, mine. So consciously we have to experience, because that experience is in each and every human being. But people are not conscious enough, mindful enough, aware enough to catch it, right? So that's why through the practice, we are gaining the ability to catch this consciously. Then it becomes inner experience, the conscious experience. Then it knows. That's why, in four noble truths, how the process is, how the order is, the suffering, the dukkha, the truth of the suffering, and then the reason for suffering, and then the liberation. Third is the liberation, and fourth is the path for the liberation. You are experiencing the liberation first, right? Because you are being dragged into the liberation due to these conditions, causes and conditions. You let yourself go into the most egoic death state, or let's say for the moment relaxed state, deep relaxation. Right? Then, because you are now consciously, that's why I said that in deep sleep also you are going to that state. But what's the difference? You were not conscious. We were not conscious. Now, meditation means you're consciously going to that state. Then mind can, that inner nature, we have to use these words. Sometimes they are not matching also, but for we can understand. So inner self or inner nature is understanding consciously. This is the path for liberation. Consciously understanding and remember. Now it's just a matter of we have not practiced, and therefore, because we are always in the spaciousness. That's why it says, my teachers used to say, we are born with Nibbana. It is in our hand. But it's just a matter of just not knowing it. We are unconscious about it. So here, through the practice, that is what sometimes, when I use word developing, no, not the development. It's just emerging, which is inside us, which is already inside us. which is in our capacity, because we were not conscious. Now, what is happening is we are letting our consciousness to be developed. That's how we have to say it. Right? So, but for my dear sisters and brothers, Dhamma friends, is it clear for you? Please ask questions if it is not clear, but please keep on practicing. Then, for me also, it took some time to understand, because we had to understand this language, this spiritual language. It took time, it takes time. So, therefore, don't worry. But those who are in the understanding can support others as well, can share the experiences. So, the bhavito bahulikato abhinyaya sambodhaya nibbanaya sangvattati. Keep on practicing. Bhavito bahulikato. Keep on practicing. So then you will end up with liberation here and now. That's how, not in the future, not in the past. So it is always here and now, in the present moment, right? So please, okay, I have taken more than the given time, but if others have
Thank you,
questions,
Ayya.
yeah. Otherwise, please ask questions.
Ayya,
Yes,
hi,
sister.
I'm Arya.
Hi. Yes.
Thank you, Ayya. I'm practicing the one that Ayya advised me on doing deep breathing first
Yes.
before the meditation. Um, I'm still learning because the deep breathe part is to me not natural. So
Yeah, it is not natural. It is forceful. Deep breathing,
so
for others also, let me share in this moment. Deep breathing is supporting just to, at the beginning to calm down yourself, and deep breathing supports a lot of the issues in the body. So, yes, please go ahead.
So I'm trying to maybe like do as maybe 5 to 10 times of at most that I can persist to do the deep breathing. Then it will just naturally go into normal
Yeah,
breathing mode.
I mean, if at the beginning, even if you can go to natural breathing, let it happen. So if it is difficult, that's why even there was one brother that he said he's doing some chanting, some sort of small chanting, and then my mind start to calm down, and then things are happening smoothly. So find your own ways. So you are free to investigate, and you can share whatever you do. If you have any question, if there are no question, please go ahead. You because you can feel yourself how okay things are smoothly happening. Yeah. So if it is difficult, it's not needed. But now I can't remember, because I think you said something at the beginning. Some problems were there. That's why I suggested. I am always coming up with suggestions, right? Not forcing you, not forcing you all. So
Okay,
that's what.
thank you, Ayah. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. It's okay. Please keep on practicing, and I'm happy to hear your everybody's experiences, and I am not forcing, right? You are your teacher. So my teacher supported me to awaken my own teacher. So I am just sharing my experience to support you, share with you all, to awaken your own teacher. You are the master. Buddha is not the master. You are the master. Buddha was guiding us. Lord Buddha was guiding us. And because we have seen many, many, many Buddhas, but we haven't done it as he advised. So that's why still we are meeting. So at least in this life, let's do it. So are there any other questions? Otherwise, I'll let you fly home. But you are already home. Where is home? Let me ask you a question. Where is home? Where is home now? Here inside you. Inside yourself is the home. It's just changing the matter. Changing the matter. So, looks like there are no questions. Then let's wind up, and then I will bless you all with the chanting stanzas. And let's pass the merits to all beings and all supporters, all the venerables, departed venerables, existing living venerables, and all the members of the committee, and all supported departed supporters and living supporters, and all of y'all, and your teachers, family members, relatives, and my teachers, my family members, and including all beings. May all beings be well, be happy, be in peace. May all the beings find this truth of who I am and this Dhamma, and may all of them realize this Nibbana very fast and very easily. Say sadhu 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. I am wishing you all good health, inner peace, happiness, and to practice deeply and to understand this truth and realize Nibbana here and now in this very life. අභිවාදන සීලිස නිච්ඡං වද්දා පචායිනෝ චත්තාරෝ ධම්මා වට්ටන්ති ආයුවන්නෝ සුඛං බලං ආයුරාෝග්‍ය සම්පatti සග්ග සම්පatti මේවච අතෝ නිපාන සම්පatti මිනාතේ සමිජ්ජතු සබ්බීතියෝ විවජ්ජන්තු සබ්බ රෝගෝ විනසතු මාතේ භවත්වන්තරායෝ සුඛී දීඝායුකෝ භව භවතු සබ්බ මංගලං රක්ඛන්තු සබ්බ දේවතා සබ්බ බුද්ධානුභාවේන සබ්බ ධම්මානුභාවේන සබ්බ සංඝානුභාවේන සදා සොත්ති භවන්තු තේ. May you all be happy, healthy, wealthy, be in peace, and enjoy the life here and present, here and now, present moment. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Triple gem bless you all.